My name is Kari Schultz, and I would like to talk with you today about the importance of access to higher education. College access is the responsibility of many. We as college administrators need to realize our part in this process. Number one, we need to encourage high school personnel to create an environment that allows students from all backgrounds to have access to college. Secondly, at the college level, we need to make our institution as accessible as possible. And finally, we need to encourage students themselves to identify as college goers. By expanding on these 3 points, with some personal experiences included, I would argue that allowing better access to college will result in private and public social and economic benefits. They say that it takes a village to raise a child. I think the same can be said for giving students, no matter their background, affordable access to higher education. According to a July 2011 article in Education Week, many scholars believe the key to increasing college readiness and graduation rates is the creation of a stronger connection between higher education institutions and the K-12 system. Many high school counselors have large numbers of students to advise and less time in their daily schedules to actually focus on college admission and accessibility matters, but they are in a key position to set future college students on the right track. Mandy Savitz-Romer and Suzanne Buffard, in their book Ready, Willing, and Able, A Developmental Approach to College Access and Success, state that schools and organizations committed to promoting college access and success typically tailor their efforts to address the gaps in academics, financial knowledge, and college information that otherwise limit young people's future goals and planning. High school advisors that take a proactive approach to college planning understand many of the aspects that can make getting into college seem daunting and find ways to lessen those perceived obstacles. Mary McKillop, Anita Rawls, and Carol Berry, in their article in the Professional School Counseling Journal, say that high school counselors potentially hold a key position to help increase the number of U.S. students receiving post-secondary degrees, particularly to address inequalities that prevent certain students from successfully transferring to college. If they can plan ahead and start the discussions early, it can lead to a smooth crossover into college life. Thinking back on my personal experience in high school, I don't remember having a professional at my school that made the effort to help me with college questions and application processes. If I had been encouraged by someone other than my parents that I was capable of leaving town for school, I may have been more inclined. Because I didn't get much support from a school counselor, I had a fear of the unknown and didn't feel confident enough in my abilities. Just as high school staff need to take on their portion of the responsibility, so do higher education professionals. Many times, college administrators have blamed some of the college access issues on the high school teachers and administrators, claiming they aren't setting students up for success in higher education. Patrick Callan, in his 2011 publication, Reframing Access and Opportunity, Public Policy Dimensions, states that colleges have often been quick to criticize high schools for poorly prepared students and for subsequent low college completion rates, but slow to address their own responsibilities for college readiness. It's thought that the students are already behind the curve before they even step foot on campus because of the lack of preparation. I would argue that colleges are just as responsible for this inequity as secondary educators are. Callan, in that same article, explains that historically, college opportunity has often been equated with the access or the opportunity to enroll. But policymakers have come to recognize that access is not sufficient unless it encompasses the opportunity for students once enrolled to achieve their educational goals. Where high school educators leave off, college educators must pick up and help students have access to dynamic learning environments from the first day of class and beyond. As we have learned, it's not very likely that much state funding will be readily available to support efforts in access and attainment. The burden then falls on the university to continue to support financial aid for students, encourage tuition freezes, and to pursue other program revenue efforts to support student access services. Personally, I work in an office that is mainly program revenue run. We don't receive a lot of general purpose revenue from the state. I would like to think that we are a department on campus that supports college access, because we don't use that general purpose revenue that our Diversity and College Access Department relies on. Also, since we are a continuing education and outreach unit, we spend much of our time taking our services out into the community. We are allowing better student access by bringing our resources to our students instead of them having to come to us. Another matter that college personnel need to keep in mind is that many educationally underserved populations that were minorities in the 20th century now make up the largest and fastest growing segments of the nation's young population, according to Patrick Callan in his 2011 Reframing Access and Opportunity Public Policy Dimensions journal article. Underrepresented students are becoming more the norm than the exception. Access and attainment issues need to focus on these populations and how they can be best served. My third point about college access responsibility focuses on the students themselves. They have a responsibility in this process just like high school and college professionals. Students are responsible for identifying themselves as successful college students. Their self-confidence or self-efficacy needs to mirror this. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, self-efficacy is defined as the power to produce a desired result or effect. When it comes to attending college, it's important for the student to believe in his or her abilities. It takes a certain mindset to put the effort into applying to college. Mandy Savitz-Romer and Suzanne Buffard, in their book Ready, Willing, and Able, A Developmental Approach to College Access and Success, talk about access issues related to the students themselves. Adolescents' self-efficacy beliefs determine whether they think college is possible, the degree to which they feel able to succeed in getting into college, and ultimately the kinds of goals they set and actions they take. Envisioning oneself as a college student is the first step on a successful path to higher education. In my personal experience, it would have been beneficial to begin thinking about myself as a college student at a younger age. I understood that college was the expectation in my family, and I never doubted that I would attend college, but having the self-confidence much sooner in life would have been so beneficial to me from the very beginning. Having the self-confidence to attend college and succeed there will lead to more strength in the workplace and contribute to becoming an important member of society. This confidence will lead to a willingness to participate in civic organizations and take on leadership roles in the community. The workforce and economy both benefit from those with access to higher education. According to the National Center for Education Statistics 2012, 71% of young adults with a bachelor's degree or higher were full-time, full-year workers in 2010, compared with 57% of young adults with a high school diploma or its equivalent. Higher earnings for individuals and more money spent in the state are examples of the many private and public benefits of higher education. In conclusion, I have spoken about the importance of shared responsibility when it comes to college access. High school personnel have the upfront responsibility of creating an environment that properly prepares students for college life. Colleges then need to become more accessible, not only helping students gain access to the university, but also continuing the access environment throughout their college experience. Finally, it's the responsibility of the students themselves to identify as college goers. They need to move through the process with the thought that their college experience will not only be attainable, but successful. It is documented that access to higher education results in many benefits. Not only do students have access to better paying jobs, but they have the resources to contribute positively to the economy and to society.